it's Lisa. Finally doing another video. I just looked back to see that it's been actually over a month. The last time I recorded was in August. Today is September 23rd, 2015. First day of fall. I don't know if that was today, yesterday. I think it's today. Anyway, it's my favorite season. So when I last recorded, we were still in New York, getting ready to leave and travel again. So we did that, and I did, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen some of my pictures. But we are now in North Carolina, at the foot of the Smokies. We've been here probably about, I guess, almost a month now, and it's beautiful. So what's been happening, my husband actually had the job that brought us here for a resort, and I didn't have any work, but luckily when we got here they were able to find something for me, and I'm doing what's called a buffet steward, which is in the dining room of this beautiful resort. As I said, it's kind of like a throwback to the Catskills. If anybody's familiar with the resorts from the Catskills, it's very similar to that. People come, there's they eat in the dining room. It's very sort of formal. They, no hats, ties for dinner. So kind of a throwback. And I'm outside the campground. I probably should specify. And it's a busy campground. It's really nice, but it's kind of busy, and so people are lovely here. But you may hear some talking. So, and I've said this before, I don't edit. I do this on my phone. It's kind of a, take me as I am. This is it. So, buffet steward, yeah. So I'm working, which is really great. We're really happy to have the jobs. The hours are a little bit much. I start at 6 in the morning and work until usually around 4. And it's about a 30-minute ride to where we work from where our campground is. So we get up early, 4:30. I get up in the morning. Yeah, it's kind of early. It's dark. I'm not used to it, but it's a job, and I'm glad to have it. It's food service. I've never done anything in the food industry before. Very interesting experience. Basically my job is, if you're interested, is to help set up, and actually help, sometimes I'm doing it by myself, set up, we have a buffet, all our meals are buffets in the dining room. So I set up the buffets for breakfast and helps, make sure the food is out and plentiful. So I'm constantly switching out foods, making sure it's all kept up, kept neat looking, that kind of thing. Breaking down the breakfast, setting up for lunch, doing the same thing during the lunch service, and then breaking down lunch and setting up for dinner. It's a long day. I'm on my feet pretty much the whole time, lifting pans, going up and down stairs. It's pretty physically demanding, but I'm actually doing it, and it's getting easier. The first couple of days especially were really hell. My feet especially were killing me. But, I'm getting used to it, and it's very interesting, and people here are really wonderful. They're very supportive. They're always checking in. How you doing? You need any help? You're doing great. It's and that really makes a big difference. So, and we're also, we have the same days off. We kind of, obviously our schedule is the same. My husband actually works a little bit less hours, but he comes in early to bring me in. And it's only been a couple weeks, so we've gotten to see a little bit. One of the big things that we're doing is we're driving on the Blue Mountain Ridge Parkway, which is unbelievably gorgeous, and we're going to kind of try to do that every week, because the leaves are slowly starting to change, and we've done it twice now, and even from last week to this week, it's been amazing, the change already. So that's been wonderful. And like we've been doing in the past, we're spending our days off trying to travel. Today, actually, we're hanging out at the campground. We may do a little bit later, but just wanted to have a really laid-back day, because it is a long day. We don't get home till 5 in the afternoon. By the time we get home, shower, dinner, bed, pretty much. Which I'm getting on to the yarny, crafty part of the podcast here. Not a lot of progress on stuff, but I have a few things to show you, so I'm going to get right to it. And I guess I'll start with my finished objects first. So one of the things I did was I made an earbud pouch. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I actually saw that Amy Ming Mao was the one she had done it first, and I said, ooh, I've got to have one of those, and they're awesome. And I made this one in sock yarn. This was leftover. Actually, it's leftover, not leftover, but it was sock yarn I used from my Rock City roller socks, which I'll show you. And it's great. I'm going to make a bigger one because I want one that's going to fit my chargers for my phone and my Kindle. And so with this was done in sock weight. With a worsted weight, it comes out bigger. Amy had shown one. So I'm going to try to do that. I think that'll be fun when I get to it. So that's finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is the Perk Me Up cowl. This is Gimme Yarn 418 pattern, and it's, you know, I haven't done, as you can see, I haven't weaved in the ends yet, but it's a really pretty pattern. I did this with Karen Simply Soft in the Passion colorway, and I'll put it on. Okay, so there it is. I guess it looks okay. So nothing for the pattern because the pattern is wonderful and it's a pretty lovely design, and it was a great pattern to follow. She writes really well written patterns, but I don't know if I'm a cowl person. This actually looks better now than I've been able to kind of put it on. I don't know, they just don't lay right. But anyway, there's my cowl, the Perk Me Up cowl. So that's finished object number 2. And I think too, because my gauge is loose, as I've discussed often, it came in a little bigger probably than it should. I maybe should have gone down in needle size, and I'm gonna have to be really more careful about that. I think I get stubborn and I don't want to go down too small because, you know, how small can you go? But some things have just come out too big, and I guess I really need to pay more attention. So that's my Perk Me Up cowl. The other finished object, and I'm going to show you that what bag I put it in. Okay, so, okay, yes, I love the beautiful handmade project bags, and I do have some that are handmade, but I also like the bargains and the things that you could get for kind of cheap that work out for good project bags. So I posted this. I don't know if you guys had seen it. This is my Avengers bag. I love the Avengers. Iron Man's my favorite, and it has nothing to do with Robert Downey Jr. at all. 99 cents, I think, or maybe I think it was on sale at Dollar General for 85 cents. So I got this, and I got an Olaf bag too. So, and I have another one to show you in a minute. But that's my Avengers bag. So my other finished object, I think that's the last one too, is my Brownie Knits, the BK along she's doing. This is block number 4. And it's a really pretty butterfly pattern. And I did this in Vanna's Choice purple. And I'm going to show you just a review. So this is block 4 that I did. And this is block 3. And this was block 2. Goes that way. Block 2. And then block 1. Which, if you can see, I'm going to do over again, which I mentioned before, because it's way too big. Again, that gauge problem that I have. I guess I'm gauge challenged. So those are the 4 out of the, what are they up to now? 9, I think, right? This would be 9 coming out. The 10th one's coming out pretty soon, and I'm way behind. But I'm going to keep going. It's great patterns. It's a lot of fun. You can jump on it anytime. Her patterns are well written. She's got even some videos. So check that out, Brownie Knits. So that's all my finished objects. I think so. Okay. And then I'm keeping yarn in here, my other ones, and I'm going to start another one. So, you see that there's the different colors. So I'm going to start another block. I'm not sure what color yet, but I'm going to start block 5 hopefully this week, maybe. I'll tell you, it's really hard to be knitting and crocheting when I get home. I'm just exhausted, and sometimes I like in my head, I'm like picturing myself, you know, knitting and crocheting, but my body just refuses to move to get the stuff. It's weird, but anyway, it'll get better. You know, it's only been a couple weeks, and just, like I said, this is something really different for me, so I think it'll get better. Uh-oh, something just blew away. I hope it wasn't anything important. Okay, so for my whips. Now, since I just talked about Gina from Brownie Knits, I can't show you this. It's secret knitting. It's hiding in my bag here, my elephant bag. But I was given permission, because I can't show you what I'm knitting, but I was given permission to show the wool, the yarn, because let me tell you, this is just lovely, beautifully soft and squishy yarn. So I asked if I could show that, and she said, sure, go ahead. So I'm going to show you the yarn I'm using for this secret knit. I'm test knitting for her. Okay, here it is. I don't know if you can see the beautiful, it's called Oatmeal, and I'm going to show you the label. It's by Swan Islands. They're in Maine, and it's 85% organic merino, 15% alpaca, and it is gorgeously lovely. I love it. And it's so much fun to knit. It's just, you know how sometimes when just the feel of yarn when you're knitting with it just makes the experience so much nicer. The knit itself is wonderful, and when she releases the pattern, I'm going to tell you all to go get it because it's a great knit. But the yarn is making it that much more pleasurable. I'm just enjoying it so much. And this is Oatmeal is the color, and that's a perfect description. I also probably should tell you that this is undyed wool blended with naturally colored alpaca, so this is natural color. It's gorgeous. So that's my secret knitting. That's one of my whips. The other one is also a test knit, but I was told that I could show it, and this is for Laura at Crocheting Hoovian, and it is in this is another one of those bags I got from Dollar General. It's my Monsters ink bag. Okay, so it's living in my Monsters ink bag because it's a monster. Okay, it's a toy. She's going to be releasing this pattern soon. It's called Hufflepuff Monster. So this is what I've gotten done so far. The legs, and I just started the body. You do the two legs and join them, and then anyway, and she'll be releasing that pattern, and it's fun, and it's very, you know, easy to follow pattern, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm just using Red Heart. This was Red Heart and the Sage, I think, Dark Sage maybe, and this is the Fall. I thought it was appropriate fall colorway. So I'm sure she'll be announcing that when it's being published. And the other thing that's living in here, which I haven't done yet, is also a monster. I'm going to be casting on a Hugo. I think a Hugo, one of the Susan B. Anderson patterns. Is that Rebecca Dangerfield? Oh, anyway, I don't know. It may be this one. I'm not sure yet. That one or a Hugo. So that's living in the monster bag. And let me see. I've got two more whips to show, which I haven't done a lot on, and I really have to get going on these because these are birthday presents, which is coming up fairly soon. This is my Rose City roller socks, and that you know, this is what I made the leftover earbud pouch. Really, I'm telling you, you guys should make this. It really is easy. It's quick. It uses up your scraps. You stick it in a bag or your purse, and your headphones don't get lost or tangled. I'm going to make some more of those for sure. Okay. So let's hold this up the right way. So this is the one. I'm almost ready to do the decrease for the toes. I think a couple more inches. So I do 2 at a time on separate needles, as you may know or have seen before. So here is the other one. I think I'm almost at the same point on both of them. I've been sort of alternating back and forth. So that's all I've gotten with those. And these are on the Farm Stand colorway from, I don't know if I have the label, it's Farm Stand colorway from the Wool-Free Premier Yarns. So, and I like that. And this one is living in my little Goodwill's bag, which is probably was, I think, a makeup bag at one point, but I got that at Goodwill, so that's what's living in that bag. And last, but certainly not least, is the Minecraft pillow that I'm making for my son. So I've gotten this part of the back done because I'm doing the back all in one solid square of black. So that's that. It's just a big solid granny square. And yeah, I'm not sure because the shape of the pillow is actually not quite square, so I don't know. I may have to do some fudging with this, and there's probably a way to get it more rectangular than square, but I didn't really look that up, so I'm going to probably just sort of wing it when I get ready to put it together. And then I'll show you what I have done of the front of the pillow. So if you're familiar with Minecraft, it's a creeper. Stay there. Okay, so that's what I've gotten done so far. I'll hold it back here. There we go. There we go. And I've got 2 more. Obviously, I'm making it with little granny squares, and I've got 2 more rows to attach. Oh my goodness. Lots of cat hair and dog hair. Okay, that's one row that goes on the top there. that. See? And then this is the last row at the very top. So I have 2 more rows to attach, and then I'm a little bit more to do on the back, and then I'll be able to put it all together. But it's sort of been taking a back seat because of the test knits I've been doing, so I haven't finished it. I'm hoping I can get it done maybe in the next couple weeks. I think that's it. That's all my stuff. I do have a little bit, it's not really stash enhancement, but I went to Tuesday morning yesterday, and they didn't have much in this Tuesday morning that I went to, but they actually had the crochet needles, or hooks, and they were 99 cents. So I bought a few. I was there maybe last week, and they had some, but they weren't any good sizes. But these had, quote, more common sizes that I use. I got an H, an I, a J, and the G, which I've actually used. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little, I don't know what, about crochet hooks. I know that there are people, you guys out there, everybody has their sort of favorite hooks. I haven't used clover, like other clover hooks, or the tulip hooks, maybe the better quality hooks. The only ones I've used are the Boy or the Susan Bates. So this is I have pretty much a set of these. I really liked these. I like the really smooth bamboo handles, but I thought I would try the Crochet Dude ones, knowing that they were the boys, which I've never really been a big fan of, but I wanted to try them. I really like the handle. Let me tell you, the handle's great. It feels really good in your hand. It's nice to grip. I don't like the hook part. I really, really don't. I've been alternating back and forth while I've been working on the monster project, just to see, and I just find this one harder to work with. It tends to split, for me, it tends to split the yarn more. I like the fact that this has a deeper groove. I don't know if there's a technical term for that, and it's a little pointier and sharper on the tip. This is a little bit less, like more shallow on the hook, and it's not quite as pointy. So I don't know. That's just my feeling. I don't know, I'd love to hear what you guys think about that, if you have any sort of thoughts. Also, if you have any recommendations for other types of hooks that I like. Like I said, I like the sharpness of this and the more deeper groove. So that was my little, I guess, enhancement. So that's really it for today. That's all I have, guys. Pretty quick. The last thing I'll just say, and if you guys don't want to, I just do a little bit with other stuff. I haven't done any spinning. I haven't done any cross stitch. So I'm not going to talk about any of that. But the book I'm reading, I thought I would just show you, is Wool by Hugh Howey. And I'm really enjoying it. It's just very interesting. Again, it's, in that dystopia world. It's hard to explain the story about they're in a silo, and I don't know, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you should definitely check it out. Okay, I think that's it. I might put a few pictures on at the end of some of the things we've seen since we've been here, but I think I'm gonna say goodbye. And just to let you know, I'm YarnYenta247 here, obviously, and on Instagram, and now on Periscope, which I just sort of joined and have done a couple. And if you're doing Periscope, it's kind of fun. It's more interactive, and maybe check it out if you haven't. And I'm YarnYenta1 on Ravelry. So that's it. I hope you guys have a good week. There may be more than a week before I come back, but hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.